Scott Bywater here, and today I want to start out with a quote from Bob Hawke. And this quote reads like this: "Things which are most important don't always scream the loudest." I want to give you another quote from Henry David Thoreau. "It's not enough to be busy, so are the ants. The question is, what are we busy at?" And these are two really important quotes I wanted to start with, because today I want to talk about the importance of, really getting clear on what your one thing is. So what your one thing is that you really want to focus on, and it makes everything else, else irrelevant if you can actually achieve that. For instance, right now, my one thing within my business is generating traffic. It wasn't 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I realized that, it didn't matter how much traffic I sent to my website. If I couldn't convert it, it was really irrelevant. So that wasn't so important, but now it is. That's my one critical focus, my one most important thing. So, your one thing is going to change over time, but it's really important, for every given year, for every given quarter, for every given month, for every given week, for every given day, to have a really clear focus on what's that single thing which, if you can achieve it, is going to deliver the result that you want at the end of the year. Because think about it. If there's 15 things that you need to achieve, it's very easy to get sidetracked. It's very easy to get confused. It's very easy to just be running in 100 different directions. And like that analogy of running a tenth of 10 marathons rather than really achieving the results, from one single marathon. Now, the way many people run their businesses is like that. They're spread in a dozen different directions, and it's sort of like trying to juggle a dozen different balls at a time. Many of them are going to fall, and you're probably not going to be able to do any of them. So, I'm a big believer in simplifying, and do the things that you do really, really well. For instance, I've gone through different stages, just to give you from my own perspective within my business of how I focus. So, at one stage, my pure focus was actually getting good at writing copy. So all I wanted to do was get good at writing, ads and sales letters and all that sort of thing. So that was my one thing for some time. And I used to get up, at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I would just write for an hour. I would rewrite, some of the great ads and great sales letters and that sort of thing. And that was my one thing. Then I went through a time when my one thing was just bringing, consulting clients on board, and that was all I focused on, was getting the clients on board and building up the business. And then I moved towards building up an email list. That was my one thing, an email list. And then it was converting that email list into revenue. And now it's creating traffic, generating traffic, because I'm getting the revenue. And in a year or two from now, that one thing may change, and it's going to be the same for you. To help you get more customers, I'm giving away a free gift to everyone who watches this video. It's a brand new guide called 7 Ways to Get More Traffic and Customers, which includes a swag of cheat sheets for getting results fast. Download it for free by clicking the link in the description below this video or visiting moretrafficandcustomers.com.